Alright, I quit. I don't know where there's all that weird writing, but I'm going to go ahead and do this problem and hope you can still read it. So we're doing A37, solving two-steps equations. When I'm undoing an algebra equation, you undo the addition and subtraction first, and then you undo the multiplication and division. What I need to remember is that my goal is to isolate the variable. So that's my absolute goal. So that means as I do number 2 down here, my goal is going to be to get x is equal to something. So as I go through this process here, the first thing I'm going to do is I have this minus 4 here. So I'm going to undo all my addition and subtraction. So to undo subtraction, I'm going to add 4 to both sides of the equation. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to come down here, right? That's going to get our equal sign for us. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add 4 to both sides of my equation. Okay, and that keeps my equation quote-unquote balanced. So minus 4 plus 4, those guys cancel, and I am left with 3x on this side, which is exactly what I wanted, is equal to 12. Now all I have left is to get rid of that 3. Well, as I look at the 3, I see it's multiplying. That x is being multiplied by 3. So to undo multiplication, I'm going to undo multiplication, I'm going to divide both sides by 3. And when I do that, those 3's cancel, and I get exactly what I wanted, which is an x. And 12 divided by 3, of course, is 4. And now I'm going to go ahead and check that answer, and that's going to give me 3 times that 4 that I said x was equal to. And then minus 4 is equal to 8. So I just put, where I had x here, right, I put a 4 in because I said x is equal to 4. And that's going to give me 12, well, I need a pen. 12 minus 4 is equal to 8. And that gives me 8 is equal to 8. So sure enough, that checked. All right, so that's the first one. And now let's go ahead and do one more from your homework. All right, so this is problem number 3 from your homework. So I have x divided by 4 plus 3 is equal to 10. So once again, when I undo, right, I'm going to do everything in the opposite direction. And that means that I do get rid of all my addition and subtraction first. So in this first problem, I need to remember that ultimately I want to come down here, and I'm going to get x is equal to something. So I look and I see, okay, I have an addition here, and I want to get rid of that first. So to undo a plus 3, I'm going to go ahead and subtract 3 from both sides of the equation. And when I do that, right, I'm going to end up on this side with an x over 4 is equal to, and then 10 minus 3 is 7. And as I look here, right, I have division. So to undo division, right, so I'm dividing x by 4. So to get rid of the 4, right, that's a dividing by 4, I'm going to multiply both sides of my equations by 4. Okay, when I do that, right, those cancel, and I am in fact left with x is equal to, and 7 times 4 is 28. So I end up with x is equal to 28. Now really quickly, just to go through that again, right, the first thing I did was, I want to get x. Remember, my job is to isolate that x. So I have x divided by 4 plus 3 is equal to 10. So I undo, I'm going to do the opposite of everything. So the first thing I'm going to get rid of is this 3, this plus 3. I do that by subtracting 3 from both sides of the equation. Those 3's cancel, I'm left with x over 4 is equal to 7. Now, x is being divided by 4, so to undo division, I multiply by 4. So I multiplied both sides of the equation by 4. The 4's cancel. I get x is equal to 7 times 4, which is 28. And now I'm ready to do my check. So I'm going to get, my 28, where I had my x, divided by 4, plus 3 is equal to 10. Well, 28 divided by 4 is 7. 7 plus 3 is 10. Sure enough, that checks. And I'm done with that one. All right, there you go. And your extra credit question that I'm going to ask you is going to be, what did I draw for you? And the answer is, I drew for you this, 3 yellow stars. Okay, and the question that in this video I'm going to ask you is, get where I need to be. I actually did this mess. All right, the question I'm going to ask you is on A37 here is, why did I, on this problem, why did I add 3 before, why did I get rid of the 3 before I got rid of the 4 in the equation? And, the answer is because you undo you're always doing the opposite when you're trying to isolate x. So I even do my operations in the opposite of what had been our order of operations. And so I undo my addition and subtraction before I undo my multiplication and division. Alrighty guys, that takes care of that video.